I'm off to the doc to get a physical. This is year 1, week 35. Well, I'm here in the doctor's exam room, and the really cool thing is blood pressure is way down to normal, something like 110 over 80 or something like that. So starting out a good physical with good news. Well, I just finished the physical with my doc, and everything looks great. As I said, the blood pressure is down into the normal range, so I'm ecstatic about that, and I'm very, very, very relieved to know that. But now there is a concern, because if my thinking less fat and behaving less fat manifests into more weight loss, then I probably have too much medication, so we'll have to back off on the medication, because then I might get low blood pressure, which is crazy to think. But we also drew blood, and I will then, once I have the results of my blood work, we'll go over that here in the vlog. But most important thing is I got an orange Band-Aid, which is orange is the official color of Uncle Mike. Well, I'm sitting out here in the backyard, and so let's talk about my blood test results. Everything actually looks really, really good. There's a few indicators on my blood test that could be of a concern, but so one of them is called the BUN, and the BUN, or the bun, as I like to call it, the bun. Try to get things without the bun. But the bun, or BUN, is your blood urea nitrogen, and it's a test of how well your kidneys are functioning. And because of urea, right? So basically, if you want to call it, yeah, it sounds like pee, but basically is when your liver breaks down protein and then secretes or converts it into BUN, or BUN, and then your kidneys process it. So it's an indicator maybe that there's kidney problems, and I do know that my father had kidney cancer, so might be an indicator, something to look at here as I go through life. So that's one indication that came out on the blood test. And then the other one that came out on the blood test is what I pretty much expected, which was slightly elevated cholesterol, an overall cholesterol level, and then higher triglyceride level, which is basically fat in your blood. And I knew that was basically going to happen, because I'm basically consistently burning fat here. That's what I'm trying to do. So wasn't anything that wasn't expected, but it's also good because the doc, it's not at a level where it needs medication or anything like that. So one of the things that I'll do is start eating healthier fats and kind of move away from all the beef and stuff that I've been having. And there's my screaming neighbor's kids, so I'm so glad it's about to be hunting season. Okay, so and so where was I? I was talking about triglycerides, or fat in your blood. So it was expected, but there's no medication. I'll be consuming, going back onto more fatty omega-3 fatty acid fish. So I really like salmon, and like yellowfin tuna and stuff like that. That's very high in omega-3 acids, or omega-3 fatty acids, and so that should help bring it down. So when I do another blood test in about a year, probably, we will then compare the results there. And then because of the slightly elevated cholesterol level, and then the higher triglycerides, or fat in my blood levels, that obviously I have low levels of HDL, or high density cholesterol, which is kind of like the good cholesterol, and then I've got high levels of LDL, which is the low density cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol. So it was a good blood test. Everything's looking really good. Nothing really out of expectation, nothing that requires any medication. But as you know, my blood pressure is way down, which is a really good sign. That was my biggest concern. But other things like my blood glucose level or your blood sugar level, which you saw me test on a previous vlog, that's even way down from when I tested it. And everything else, blood, cell counts and all of that looks really, really good. So it's the things that we already knew. Had a sedentary lifestyle. I was fat. So I knew that cholesterol and triglycerides and all that were probably going to be elevated or at least out of sync. But everything else, it's like the plumbing is good, right? So the blood cell counts and all of that are really, really good. So, and then as I teased in a previous vlog, was I'm going to start doing some footage of trails and all of that. So we did go on a trail. So I hope you like this new segment that's coming up. So yeah, let's take a hike.
Otherwise, I'm not very memorable.
Hey everybody, Uncle Mike here, and this is Kathy. We met her up here on Flat Top Mountain Trail, and by the way, her Indian name is Walks with Twisted Ankle, and there's a whole story about that.
Yes,
so,
there is.
But you're not going to hear that right now. So nice to meet you, Kathy.
Nice to meet you, Mike.